Hi, Mrs. Anderson. It's almost summer vacation, huh? Is it true that you're already going to go to the beach this weekend?
What? Oh, good evening, Mrs. Kane.
My daughter Kara said that your daughter Angela told her about it at kindergarten.
Oh, did Angela say something about it?
So what beach are you going to be going to?
It's not like we're going anywhere far. You know that our house is built on an elevation near the coast, right?
We just talked about going to the beach that's a 15 minutes walk from where we live at a dinner.
But it looks like a typhoon is nearing, so it's more than likely to be cancelled.
Oh, is that so? Well, I guess that means that it'll be easier for me to ask you a favor.
What are you talking about?
Will you bring my daughter Kara to the beach with you? There's something I have to take care of the weekend.
What? Sorry, but I can't.
We haven't decided on our plans yet, and it's all up to the weather whether we're going to the beach or not. I feel a bit resistant to taking custody of another person's child in such a situation, and I can't guarantee your daughter's safety either. But I'm sure Kara will have so much fun if she's with you and Angela.
I said I can do it for you.
Then what do you want me to do about Kara during the weekend? I have something I need to take care of, remember?
Mrs. Kane, why not think about Kara for once and stop thinking about yourself only?
I'm asking you to bring Kara to the beach with you precisely because I'm thinking about Kara.
I'm sorry, but I can't take Kara for you.
What do you mean you can't? Just bring her to the beach.
I said I can't.
Ugh, you're so stubborn.
I refused your request, all right? Goodbye.
Do you have some time, Jason? You're in the train on your way home from work, right? Oh, hey, Rena. You should probably take a different path on your way home.
Why?
It seems that Mrs. Kane found out about our plans to go to the beach this weekend. She's asking me really stubbornly to bring her daughter Kara with us because she has to take care of something.
Seriously?
Mrs. Kane's house is between the station and our home, so you should go by a different route than usual and avoid her house, just in case.
Got it.
But still, that person never gets tired of this, huh? Even after it's become a problem how she keeps asking for other mothers at the kindergarten to take care of her daughter for her. Apparently, she's a single mother now since her husband divorced her because she cheated on him. Couldn't she have give her husband custody over their child if this was what's going on? She keeps talking about how she can't take care of her anyways. Truly, there are even some people that are saying they should report her to the Children's Welfare Center. I see. Anyways, I'm definitely going to take a different route now. Take care on your way home. Yep, thanks. Hi, Rena. It looks like our plans for the beach are going to have to be cancelled. Oh, I guessed as much. The typhoon is going to be hitting at noon on Saturday, right? There's something else I wanted to tell you. I got special tickets for a hot spring hotel in S Prefecture from my colleague. Do you want to go there instead? Ooh, hot springs? Angela loved it. When we went to the hot springs last time, right? Yep, I remember that as well. I already checked with the hotel if they had rooms available. And apparently they still have multiple available rooms. I think we can get a reservation if we book right now. We'll have to leave early to catch the train first thing in the morning. But the typhoon isn't going to be a problem in S Prefecture. I just asked Angela and she said she wanted to go. If that's the case, then I see no reason to object. Alright, I'll get the reservations right now. Yep, thanks. Hi, Mrs. Anderson. Thanks for taking my daughter Kara to the beach. Taking care of a child is such a pain in the ass, so I'm so glad you're taking care of her for the whole day.
What, Mrs. Kane?
And you know what? The typhoon's already come, so we can't go outside. So take care of her until tomorrow morning, okay? What do you mean? The beach has been closed because of the typhoon. We aren't at the beach. And your daughter Kara isn't with us.
What? Oh, you drop her off at our house?
I'm saying that Kara wasn't with us from the beginning. Huh? I haven't seen her even today. Don't be silly. You're going to go to the beach today with Kara, aren't you? I found out in advance which beach your family was going to go to, so I dropped Kara off there with her swimming suit and a floaty, telling her to wait until Angela's family comes so she can play with you guys. You what? You should have met her at the beach, no? What are you thinking, Mrs. Kane? Why did you just drop your daughter off the beach knowing a typhoon was going to come? But there was something I needed to take care of. Kara just said she understood, and I thought you were just waiting for her at the beach. Didn't I already tell you that the beach is closed because of the typhoon? It's closed? The waves are tall because of the typhoon, which means that it's dangerous to go to the ocean. What do you mean? There was an emergency alert sent to our phones yesterday and this morning as well. Didn't you notice? I don't know anything about it. Besides, if you knew a typhoon was going to come, then couldn't you have guessed that going into an ocean was dangerous? Where's Kara? How should I know? I said I didn't even see her today, right? Stop texting me and hurry up and find your daughter. Huh? I'm busy right now. You go and find her, Mrs. Anderson. If your plans to go to the beach were cancelled, then that must mean that you're just lying around in your home, right? We're currently in S Prefecture. What? We just happened by chance to get special tickets to a hot spring hotel in S Prefecture. And since the typhoon wouldn't affect us here, we changed our plans of going to the beach and went to the hot springs instead. Oh, that means that you have no idea where Kara is. That's why I told you to stop texting me and find your daughter. Call the police immediately. You do it, Mrs. Anderson. Huh? I'm out having fun today, which means I can't just go home. We can't come home either, you know. Even if we took a train right now, we wouldn't be able to catch the last train going home at this point. But if I call the police, it will seem like I did something wrong, and I don't want that. Huh? What are you saying? It's your own daughter, right? It's your responsibility, Mrs. Anderson. I told you to take care of Kara today, right? Didn't I tell you I wouldn't do such a thing? Ugh! It seems it's no use talking to you, so I'll just take care of it myself. I'm going to ask my husband to contact the police there. You should have done that from the start. You're such a hassle. You're unfit to be a mother, Mrs. Kane. What? I feel so bad for Kara having to have a mother like this. Rude. You're the one who's rude. Bye then. Rena, I just got a word from the police about Kara. Did something happen to her? They said that someone found her and is currently looking for her. Really? I was packing at the hotel lobby since I was so anxious, even while I was contacting the other mothers. I'm so glad. And it also looks like the person who's looking after Kara is going to contact us. Come back to the hotel room for a bit. Got it. Mrs. Kane, Kara was found. She's safe. What? Really? I'm so glad. I'll be over right away and pick her up. Hold on. We can give Kara back to you. Huh? What do you mean by that? First, I'll explain to you what your daughter Kara went through today. It seems Kara knew that the beach was closed, but she also knew that you were going to leave, and decided that it was no use going home, since she wouldn't be able to get in. Apparently, they found her trying to go to your ex-husband, Mr. Smith's office. What? Why? Apparently, Kara remembered the name of the company of her father worked at. While she was headed to the office, she was seen by a police officer walking around on her own at a large street. Apparently, she told the police officer the name of her father's company, and the police officer was kind enough to take her there. I just got a message from Mr. Smith earlier, saying that was how he was able to reunite with his daughter. Is that so? That being the case, Kara is now at Mr. Smith's house. Wait, hold on. Smith is my ex-husband. You can't just hand Kara over to him. Don't you think that it could have been avoided given the situation? Besides, Kara is the daughter as well, right? But I'm the one who took custody of Kara. By the way, Mrs. Kane, the reason you keep leaving and making someone else take care of Kara is because you're meeting your boyfriend, right? Huh? So what? I'm single, so why can't I have a boyfriend? But this boyfriend of yours is married, right? What? That's none of your business. You have no right to call me out of my private affairs. I'm not really calling you out, but this boyfriend of yours is the son of the leader of the neighborhood association, right? You just messed up in a place where the lives of so many people you know overlap. How many witnesses do you think there are? Don't underestimate the information network of us mothers. So what if that's the case? Don't mess with me. I'm a single mother that has to go through a lot. The people around me should go out of their way to help me. I applaud the nerve you must have to be able to say something like that after making the other mothers take care of your daughter for you so often, just so you can go out with your boyfriend who also happens to be married. What's your problem? Are these the words of an old dried-out woman? I'd rather be dried out than be with someone like you who can only say things of that level. What? Well then, let's continue our conversation, shall we? Mr. Smith has a message for you. Get ready because I'm going to do everything I can to get custody of Kara from you. Huh? That person seriously said something like that? It's only natural now that he knows what Kara has to live with. He can't help but say such things as her father. But if he gains custody of Kara, I won't be able to get money for the child support anymore. Well, yes. On the contrary, you're the one who's going to be paying for child support. Stop with these jokes. If he stops paying child support, I won't be able to meet the monthly bills for my credit card anymore. What? So that means you were using the money from Kara's child support for your own purposes? Why am I not surprised? No, that's not what I meant. I see. I always wondered how you were able to maintain the lifestyle you lived when it didn't seem like you were even working. So that's what's going on. Mrs. Anderson, don't tell this to Mr. Smith, okay? Got it. I'll be sure to tell this to Mr. Smith. No. Well then, I'm going to contact him now, so bye. Don't tell him. After the incident, Mr. Smith was able to get custody of Kara. Apparently, Mrs. Anderson was determined not to give custody of Kara to him no matter what. But thanks to a pile of evidence from the other mothers that were worried about Kara's situation, that she was making them take care of her daughter for her, and some additional evidence from Mr. Smith, he was able to successfully get custody of Kara. That being said, we no longer have to worry about Kara's well-being, it seems. Mrs. Anderson, on the other hand, due to the incident, everyone found out that she was going out with the son of the leader of the neighborhood association, and she was again forced to pay an alimony. It seems her boyfriend, for one reason or another, couldn't just divorce his wife, so they agreed to stay together and work things out. Mrs. Anderson now has no one to rely on, since even her parents had already cut ties with her. Now she spends every day doing non-stop physical labor, so that she can pay off the money she needs to pay.
I just met your fiancé. He's so great! I thought he was going to be kind of a drag at first. Knowing your type, I wasn't really expecting much from him. But he's super cute, and he told me he just got a big promotion to head of his department at work. Be careful, Alyssa. Don't fall for this guy yourself. But yeah, he's a pretty great guy. Yeah, I was really surprised. I really never thought you'd ever manage to find a guy, let alone one like him. But this time I think you might have finally figured it out. I've heard that he comes from a long line of successful and handsome men. You're making me a little nervous here. This is sounding awfully like when you met my ex, who, I needn't remind you, you slept with and nearly ended our relationship. Oh, come on, Karina. It's nothing like that. I'm just excited for you, sis. Your last few boyfriends have been total flops, and it's been ages since you've dated anyone. So I'm just glad you've got someone, let alone someone as spectacular as Ned.
I don't know, Alyssa. You have a bad habit of ending up with all of my exes.
Hey, I didn't steal Brad from you.
Sure, but we did date.
Hey, I can't help but if boys fall head over heels for me. But really, don't worry. I have no interest in Ned whatsoever.
I hope not.
And anyway, I'm perfectly happy with Steven.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, it's sort of a crazy coincidence. Steven and Ned have the same last name. It's almost like it was fate.
I'm not sure you intentionally dating Ned's brother is really fate, as much as it's you trying to wedge your way into my life. Anyway, you should probably not say any of this to Ned or Steve. I'm not sure they'll appreciate it quite as much as you think. And now that you have a good boyfriend of your own, you might want to focus on him. And stay away from other people's boyfriends. Namely, mine.
Quit being such a worrywart. Don't you think he'll be happy that I approve of your relationship? It should be a good thing.
I mean, yeah, he probably will.
Then why shouldn't I tell him? I mean, I have to meet the whole family at some point. He'll learn sooner or later. Right now, I want to be the best little sister I can be.
You're right, I'm being too harsh. I just think it's kind of risky for you to be dating Ned's brother. Maybe I'm wrong, but it could be really embarrassing for everyone involved if this blows up in your face.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But come on, who'd break up with me? No one's quite as pretty or cute as I am. Steven would be crazy if he left me for some other girl. I'm sure we'll be married before the idea of breaking up even crosses his mind.
You are pretty, I'll give you that. But I think you're getting ahead of yourself a little. You've barely known the guy for what, 3 weeks?
Oh, stop raining on my parade. You're taking all the fun out of it.
Sorry, but actually that reminds me. Speaking of taking things, do you still have that bag I lent you for the party last week? You told me you'd give it back and I still haven't seen it. Ned had it made for me special and I don't want it getting lost or damaged.
Are you still worried about that old thing? I thought it was a gift.
No, I definitely said I'd lend it to you, which means I want it back.
Chill out. Oh, if you really care about it so much, I'll get it back to you. Just let me hold on to it for now. You've got plenty of cute bags in the meantime.
Whatever, fine. Just maybe if you want your own bags, you should find a way to make some money to buy them. I work for all mine.
When Steven and I get married, I won't need to work. Daddy makes plenty of money at the hospital. And if I'm just gonna be a stay-at-home mom once I have my first kid, why bother working?
Don't you want a little bit of independence? I mean, do what you want, but I don't know that you'll want to have to rely on your husband's money. And I'm just worried that it might create problems for all of us.
Stop worrying so much. You really don't need to concern yourself about it. I'll get Steven locked down soon enough and we'll be happily married. And then he'll buy me all the bags I want.
If you say so. I just don't want this to be awkward.
Why would it be? Steven is happy with me. He chose me especially after all. I've got it under control. You don't need to do anything.
I wasn't planning to. I just know how you can be. Ned told me all about Steven's job and how much he works. I'm just worried that you'll get bored of him.
That is sort of a problem. But he comes from a family of upstanding men. If I'm not happy with him, I can just trade in for a different model. I'm sure I can make it work.
See, that's the real problem. If you get sick of him, the different model is Ned. I'm already engaged to Ned. We've already started planning the wedding. I just don't want to see this happen again, especially with the relationship I'm actually happy in.
I mean, even if I do decide I'd rather have Ned, I'm sure we'd all be just as happy. Mom and Dad want me to get married ASAP, so I doubt they care who it is. And I'm sure their parents will be glad to have me as a daughter-in-law no matter what, even if I do trade up. So, I might as well get to know them both.
What are you up to?
Chill out, sis. It's totally fine.
Don't be like this, Alyssa.
What? Don't you trust me?
Not with men, that's for sure.
Hey, Karina, I know you're busy getting ready to go out tonight, but I really need to talk to you ASAP.
What? What about?
I just got some strange texts from your sister. She's been texting me a lot lately, to be honest. I didn't think much of it until now.
I was worried about this. What is she saying to you? I had a really bad feeling when she asked for your number, but I couldn't tell her no.
No, it's nothing bad, really. Just, I didn't realize Alyssa was your sister. Something happened with her recently and I saw it. At the time, I thought she was just some girl. I didn't put it together until just now.
You're making me nervous, Ned.
No, it's really not that big of a deal. It's just all kind of awkward. I think maybe we should stay in tonight. Maybe postpone the date for a little while.
Yeah, maybe it's for the best. I don't want this to get too out of hand. Let me know when you feel ready to talk. No hurry, really.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I just need some time to figure this out. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, talk soon.
Hey, what did you say to Steve? Did you tell him what I said to you? About us getting married? I told you all of that in confidence. Why would you go blab to him about it?
It's because, unlike you, Karina's actually a good person. I'd never bother marrying someone like you.
What? What are you saying?
I've looked all around the world for a great woman. Do you really think I would settle for someone like you? There's no one better than Karina.
Wait, who is this? You're definitely not Karina.
This is Ned, her fiancé, Steven's brother.
Wait, Ned? What's going on here? Why do you have her phone?
I saw your messages and I thought I'd better stop this before it goes any further. I'm not putting up with your antics. I won't have you trying to break me and Karina up.
Whoa, Ned, slow down. Why are you so mad? Did I do something wrong?
You've been making Karina worry about our relationship. You've caused her all of this undue stress and threatened to steal me from her. I would never do such a thing to Karina. You should be ashamed of yourself.
What is this? What did she say to you? I'd never do something like that. Did she really say that about me?
Don't play dumb, it's not cute. Karina and Steven both told me all about you and what you do. How you like to steal people's boyfriends right from under them. And treat everyone like human garbage.
You talked to Steven? What did he say?
All you need to know is that I would never leave Karina for someone like you. I can't believe you would even consider doing something like that to your own sister. I don't want you coming near me.
Wait. There's gotta be some sort of misunderstanding here. Can we talk about this face to face? We need to figure this out.
You just want to try and seduce me. And anyway, I'm spending the day with Karina, who I love. I don't have time to be running around with you. I don't date girls that look like you anyway.
Look like me? Like pretty? Wait, do you like me?
Absolutely not.
Hey, I'm sorry about yesterday. Ned got a hold of my phone and just kind of lost it.
What was that all about anyway? What was he doing with your phone in the first place? And why was he acting like that?
He just got really worked up. He said that he knew how you really are.
What does that even mean? Did he say something about me?
Yeah, he told me the whole story. He was mad about what happened one day when you were going to have dinner with their family.
Did I do something?
Apparently you were running late that day and you ended up hurting an old man.
Huh? Oh yeah, I guess that did happen. I was rushing to catch a taxi to get there on time and there was this old fart in the way. I guess I pushed him over or something. Honestly, I'm relieved. I thought you were mad about me trying to marry him.
Do you know what happened to the old man you pushed?
How should I know? I jumped straight in the taxi and went to the restaurant. I barely even saw him fall. And I couldn't have helped him anyway. Like the second I was in the taxi, it took off. I didn't even realize what happened until like an hour later.
Well, according to Ned, he was running late himself. He saw the guy fall and the taxi speed off. It turns out the guy broke his arm. Ned was the one who helped him get to the hospital.
What? Really? He never said anything about that.
The old man told him about how you pushed him over and left him on the ground so you could steal his taxi. He described the exact bag you were holding, which was pretty distinctive. Because it was the bag that he had made special, one of a kind. And it was the bag I lent you, the one Ned gave to me. Ned said he recognized it immediately when he described it. But at the time, he thought it was just a coincidence.
Okay, I'm totally lost. Wait, so how does this have anything to do with Steven?
Well, naturally, Ned took the old man to where Steven works, the hospital near his house. The old man is still there now. Thankfully, it looks like his arm will heal.
Wait, Steven works at a hospital? Why did he never say anything about that?
Wait, you didn't know?
No, we never talked about work. I mean, I'm not working, so why do I care about what he does?
Really, Alyssa, you had to have known.
Maybe if I thought about it, I would have figured it out.
How did he even put up with you?
He put up with me because I was the prettiest girl he ever saw. That's what they all say, at least. It's whatever. Steven will come to his senses. Anyway, I didn't do anything wrong. It was an accident.
I'm not sure you'll see it that way. And anyway, there's more to the story you should know. You remember that kid from high school? Larry. He was really shy, short, kind of awkward and nerdy.
Oh yeah, I could see that. They looked kind of alike. I thought he was always sort of cute in a geeky kind of way. Not my type, though. He asked me out once, but I'm pretty sure I laughed at him. I was way out of his league.
Man, I hate this side of you.
Whatever, I'm just honest. Why would I ever date someone like that?
Well, you might like to know he had a bit of a late growth spurt. He's even taller than Ned now. He really had a glow up. He's pretty handsome now, if I do say so myself.
What? Really? Maybe I should ditch Steven for him instead.
I'm not sure that's a great idea. You might want to try to patch things up with Steven, or you'll end up with no one pretty soon. Though I'm pretty sure he's a lost cause at this point.
What are you talking about?
You put a pretty bad taste in everyone's mouth, to put it lightly.
Who cares what they think?
I think you might. Shoving that poor old man to the ground and breaking his arm is bad enough. But the way you're acting is not making it any better.
Why does it matter? He's alive, isn't he?
He is, but I don't think his grandson is going to forgive you for nearly killing him.
His grandson? Who, Larry?
Yes, his grandson Larry. A high-powered injury lawyer. He's threatening to sue you for assault. Ned said they're drawing up papers right now. I'd expect someone to knock on your door with an envelope soon. If you're lucky, they'll only stick you with his expenses for the arm.
What? This is ridiculous. The old man fell. I didn't do anything. Why do I have to pay for his medical bills?
What are you talking about? You pushed him over. You were the one who broke his arm. Don't you think you're going to be liable for that?
This is so stupid. I'm innocent. I didn't push over any old geezer.
Maybe you should think about being a little more remorseful.
Whatever.
I wouldn't be treating this so lightly if I were you. You should probably know, too, the hospital that Steven works at is part of the same group as Dad's. If word gets out that you were involved in this, it could put Dad's job at risk.
Wait, why? He had nothing to do with this.
Maybe not, but this is a big stain on his reputation. For you to be so careless, it's hardly becoming of the daughter of a respected doctor like Dad. Ned and Steven are both pretty upset about all of this. I'm not sure if I can stop them from saying anything to their friends and coworkers.
Isn't that a little much? Why should Dad have to suffer for something that I did?
I don't know, but I'm not sure there's anything we can do.
And, wait a second. If Dad loses his job, what does that mean for me? Is he gonna cut me off?
I don't know, he might have no choice. That's between you and him. But you might want to start looking for a job now.
What? How am I gonna be able to find a job like this? I don't have a degree or anything. And I've hardly worked aside from a few summer jobs.
Maybe if you'd taken this all a little bit more seriously, it would have turned out alright. But I don't think there's anything you can do now. You better figure it out now before your life falls apart entirely. After the embarrassment caused by Alyssa's careless actions, her father was forced to leave the hospital, only able to find work at a small practice that paid significantly less. With much less income, he was unable to support Alyssa, and she had no choice but to start working herself. She's now making minimum wage, working at a call center, and has no choice but to put in long hours to keep up with her expenses. The old man, whose arm Alyssa broke, managed to sue her successfully for pain and suffering, saddling her with his medical bills. Though they were nice enough to allow her to pay off her debt over time, she would have no choice but to continue working around the clock to pay it all off. Despite her sister's horrible fate, Karina's life just kept looking up. Her and Ned soon got married, with Alyssa unable to attend the ceremony because of her work. While she was disappointed her sister couldn't be there, she was happy to be marrying the man of her dreams. Even Steven and Larry had a happy ending. They bonded over Alyssa and the entire incident and ended up becoming quite close. Alyssa and Karina's father eventually found a silver lining. He got involved with volunteer work in order to repair his good image after word got around about what Alyssa did. He now helps underprivileged children and the elderly get access to much-needed medical care. Now, due to his daughter's negligence, he found his true calling and is much happier providing care to those who need it. Only Alyssa truly suffered the consequences of her irresponsible actions, something that she will be paying the rest of her life to resolve.